Hi guys, so it must be remembered that Northern Ireland has a special place in Brexit history. During the negotiations with the EU over the Withdrawal Agreement, Boris Johnson's government promised the Unionist community in Northern Ireland that he would not put a border down the Irish Sea. People like Jacob Rees-Mogg had presented the idea that no border was even necessary, as trucks could be electronically checked as they pass from outside the single market to within it. This idea was ridiculed until it became clear that Boris Johnson's government had negotiated a deal that would put a border in the Irish Sea and have Great Britain outside the single market while Northern Ireland would be within it. So since the 1st of January or thereabouts, the Brexiteers in Great Britain and the Unionists like the DUP in Northern Ireland have been throwing their toys out of their pram over the Northern Ireland Protocol, standing up in the House of Commons on a weekly basis in order to pour hatred upon it, or using threats and even measures in Northern Ireland to bring the protocol to an end. Businesses have been keeping their heads down and trying to get on with the new reality, and it seems to have worked out pretty well. Great Britain has remained Northern Ireland's biggest market after itself, with sales of £11.3 billion, up nearly 7% since 2018. The biggest export market is the Republic of Ireland, with sales up 10% to £4.5 billion. The Republic has been consistently Northern Ireland's biggest market outside Great Britain for a number of years now. However, it must be remembered that increased trade with the rest of the island of Ireland has been a politically sensitive issue post-Brexit. Both Northern Ireland and the Republic are part of the European Union's single market, but Great Britain isn't, and this has upset many Unionists. The point is, goods can flow from Northern Ireland to Great Britain without checks taking place, for the moment at least. The fact that Northern Ireland has free access to both the European single market and the British market has been great for businesses there, and the figures back up this success story. For the first 3 months of this year, since the new regime has been in place, exports from Northern Ireland to the Republic have jumped 44%, from a value of €519 million to €748 million. Trade has also increased in the other direction by 22%, from €557 million to €682 million. While businesses adjust to this change post-Brexit, the Brexit Minister Lord Frost has instead described this as a problem. He decried the fact that businesses in Northern Ireland are switching their supplier base to the Republic, and some of the exports are going there too. Some traditional GB supply routes have dried up, either because businesses in Northern Ireland have found it more convenient to purchase from the Republic or Greater EU, or because some GB businesses have blankly refused to ship to Northern Ireland as a consequence of Brexit. Politicians will jump up and down and complain about how GB businesses can't ship to Northern Ireland, and how some businesses in Northern Ireland are forced to buy from outside the UK, but this is a consequence of Brexit. When it came to Brexit, there were 3 possible outcomes for Northern Ireland. Number 1, a border on the island of Ireland, which would have meant infrastructure and an increased police or even military presence, something that would have been in breach of the Good Friday Agreement. 2, a border in the Irish Sea, something that would have not been in breach of the Good Friday Agreement, but would piss off Unionists. And then number 3, the UK as a whole would have stayed within the single market and the customs union. Now, some people will say this option was never possible because it wasn't Brexit, but people like Daniel Hannan, a leading Brexiteer, had said on a number of occasions that nobody was talking about leaving the single market. However, leaving the single market and the customs union is something that followed Brexit. It wasn't part of the original planning. The people who voted to leave the European Union back in 2016 probably didn't understand the single market and the customs union, and certainly didn't understand what it meant to leave those things. So we're stuck with the type of Brexit Boris Johnson and the ERG wanted. Considering the damage that Brexit has done to Great Britain, it looks like Northern Ireland got off pretty lightly. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?